Welcome back with another episode of WFPN with the Blunt Talk. And I'm your host, Portia, like the carpet spelt different because I'm one of one and not one of them.
And I'm TJ, Mr. CEO of Don't Pass Me No Mid, owner of Phoenix Den ATX and High Society Relief Dispensary and Lounge in Pflugerville. Come holla at your boy.
And today we have...
I'm Dee Miller. I don't even know how to introduce myself, but no, I'm Dee Miller. Most people call me Dr. D. I have a PhD in engineering, and I work with a lot of creatives, poets, particularly. So.
Okay. Dee Miller.
And today we're going to be talking about the other side. As you know, we talk about building the bridge. All of our segments deal with some point of that bridge. We're going to be talking about the other side, where we celebrate those who not only crossed their bridge, but now help others to do the same. Today's guest, Dr. Dee Miller, embodies that perfectly. From leading creative collectives like The Connected Creation to being recognized on national stages like Afrotech and soon CESD. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Okay. So,
that sounds real good.
Hey, you know I got you.
So before we get into your incredible work, how did it all start? Like, what lit the fire that got you into the world of tech, accessibility, and creative leadership?
Okay. So I have to give credit to my dad. I'm that kid that did not know how to tie her shoes, but knew her multiplication and division way before at 3 and 4. And that was because of my dad. So I have to give him, who has a background. He's also an engineer. That's where it started. I would say that as an engineer. Getting into the accessibility work, I would say I'm a lefty. So I'm really into the product equity work. And so, lefties living in a right-hand world, it's hard, right?
No,
so I had
for
two
real.
right-hand parents, and I'm the lefty. It's
Really? Is
hard
that
out
really
in-
a difference? I'm not
No,
left-handed.
it is,
My
it
brother's
is.
left-handed.
It
I've always
is.
wondered.
It is a real difference. Y'all know what I mean?
I'm a lefty, and my
Really?
mom and dad is a lefty, so I was.
Oh, so you were good, but I wasn't, okay? So people always look at me and they're like, why do you hold your paper? I was like, because I was taught by a right-hand person.
Yeah.
So it makes it look different. But
upside down.
yeah, but no, I don't actually, because they make me slant it. Because right hand made me slant it. Normally we're erasing stuff with our lefties. But that's really what got me into product equity, accessibility. My grandmother had diabetes. She didn't know how to use her blood glucose monitor. All technology wasn't being made for lefties to use. Remember, we needed keyboards, all those things.
Yeah.
And so I was like, this is unfair. I'm coming to take over, and I'm going to design the right product.
I'm coming to make some changes.
No, for real. That's how I feel about joysticks. Like when I
Yeah.
play the game and shit,
Yeah,
and
the
everybody,
joystick.
I had to turn it upside down.
Turn it upside
Really?
down just to play.
I learned how to play.
And I'm a gamer.
Yeah.
So, no,
That's
we
crazy. I
were on
did
the
not
same
know
page.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, life is hard as a lefty. It's gotten better because of me. But life is hard.
Hey, I love that. I love that. Hey. And them are facts. That's not
No,
that.
for
Them are
real.
facts. So you went back to school for your MS and your PhD while already working in the field, right? That's a major pivot. What did that chapter teach you about resilience and redefining your own timeline?
Ooh, yeah. So, I was working in DC, and the only reason I didn't go straight through school in full transparency is because of money, right? So that was really the real issue. So, coming out of undergrad, I was like, let me just work a little. We'll make some money. But at one of my jobs that I had an actual professor, and she was eavesdropping in a conversation where I say exactly what I just said. Oh, if I had money, I'll go back to school. And she came up to me the next day and was like, if you can get into Virginia Tech, I will pay for your schooling. Well, I can do that. That's not a problem. And so that's what I did. I applied, and she made sure she took care of me for my 2 years at Virginia Tech.
That is
And
amazing.
while I was there, I met another professor who was like, I'm going to Wisconsin. I want to take you with me. And I was like, Wisconsin? Oh, my gosh. But I just felt like God was like, that's where you need to go next. And so that's where I ended up at. So,
That is beautiful.
yeah.
That's beautiful. Hey, that's letting God do it.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
is. So, you're also leading a board chair of the Poet House and helping develop new works like Blasphemy of a Good Bath. And how do you feel? How does it feel to go from from student and builder to being one of the ones who now create spaces for others to create?
It feels really weird because I'm a transition a little. So I'm an engineer, so I'm very techie, but I have this soft, creative poet side that I had left behind. And coming back to Austin, it brought me back to it. And then, like last year, I remember talking to you, TJ, like, I'm going to do this event called Smoking Mike Night. We're going to like throw down with some, hemp and elevating those flows of words and things.
THCA, as we now like to call it.
THCA.
That's the legal word they want us to call it now.
Right, that's legally. But just but really supporting creatives that look like me. And that's what I wasn't seeing. There was all these open mics all across Austin, but there wasn't one that's dedicated to us. And so to be able to do that, to be asked to be the board chair by Jasmine Gaines and Mike Hatcher, who are two amazing spoken word poets, I was like, y'all sure y'all want me? And they were like, no, we want you because you understand the community, but you also understand the business side.
Yeah.
And so that is what I'm trying to bring in. My whole goal is to elevate people. And I'm actually thinking about how do we connect that art and that technology together so we can help them move along. Because one of the things about creatives, they don't make a lot of money. And then when they do get a manager, they take all their money too. So it's like, how do you help support them in the ways that they need to be? And so that's what I'm looking at and looking forward to doing.
Okay.
So you mentioned building your own consulting agency with Smoking Mike Night, right? When you look back at the early grind versus now, what was waiting for you on the other side of that hustle?
I would say, so I built my so I just want to make sure Smoking Mike Night and Connected Creations is one area.
Right.
And I have Dawn Specialty Consulting. And that came out of working with Mimi Styles at Measure. And that actually introduced me to this softer side of myself, I guess I would say.
Because
so the
I was consulting company and the Connected are two separate companies. So you got a creation company and a consulting company.
Yeah. So when you first start, but from a business perspective, you want to do a holding.
Right.
So everything was under one. And then I'm Connected Creations is that nonprofit actually.
Okay.
But that Smoking Mike Night is a profit under the nonprofit, but it can work with the connect. I do business.
When you trump some shit, look, we gonna
move things around. So on this side, it was like I couldn't do everything I wanted to do on this side. So that's why I created the nonprofit as well as Smoking Mike Night. That's what I realized. It was like, so, working with your friends, they're like, oh, you probably want to separate those two for the work that you're doing.
Yes. One thing we're learning in business is we got to separate and insulate.
Separate and insulate,
You got to separate and insulate. You got to. So being recognized in product accessibility, speaking on stages like Afrotech, that's impact at scale. How did crossing your own bridge reshape your sense of purpose and how you pour back into others?
Yeah, I think, I just came from Afrotech last week in Houston, so shout out to Afrotech. It was a great conference a whole week.
And congratulations to you on that as well.
Thank you.
That is a huge deal.
Thank you. And I think the giving back is what, my company asked, like, hey, would you want to do that again? And I was like, of course, that's not the issue. But I wanted to come back differently. I want to actually provide a workshop, provide more skills, because at the end of my talk, we had the speaker meet and greet, and I had a long line of people that were just asking questions that I was like, if I would have did this as a workshop, I would have answered a lot of their questions. So, of course, I always give people my email, my Instagram, my LinkedIn to follow me, and always willing to give back. But that's really where I'm trying to pour into is like, how do I help people get into this space and understand, because there's not a lot of us in this accessibility space. And it's not a space, to be honest, that I was thinking about being in. I'm going to be honest. I've had my arguments with God. Like, why here? But, I'm just going with the flow, and it's opening doors and opportunities. So that's where I am.
Yeah. And I think it's a good, being that you balance creative and tech. I think with young Black professionals, I think, you kind of give an example how they can find their own lane. So what is your way of showing those young Black professionals how they can manage their own lane?
Ooh, that's a good question. You you can't fall into what everybody else is doing. I think that is what makes me kind of unique and different. Like, even at me in tech, I'm not doing what everybody else is doing within tech. So you have to create that way. And you have to understand what your passion is and be open to being coachable. I think the thing that has helped me the most is that I've become coachable. I ain't gonna say I was always coachable. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. I've become coachable.
We matured into coachability. I started off, I was the coach.
I was the coach. That's right. Like, you ain't telling me what to do. This is me. But now I'm like way more coachable, and I needed that to actually move forward. I didn't realize how much I need that. So I'm gonna tell y'all, in all fairness, I have so many different coaches. I have a life coach, I have an executive coach, I have a sleeping coach. I have so many coaches now. I probably need to get rid of some of these coaches, so work with me. But I got a sleeping
that might
coach.
be the first one need to go.
No, this sleeping coach helped me with my sleep. That's what y'all don't understand.
Was you having trouble going to sleep?
Yes, so it depends on, you ain't have a sleeping coach before.
Nah.
Girl, once you get a sleeping coach. No, that wasn't helping me. So what was happening is, like, there's certain things you have to do to prepare your body to go to sleep and go into deep sleep. And my body was not going into deep sleep. It would
That
just
is
be
true. I've heard about that. Because
So-
you don't get adequate rest.
you don't
if
get
you don't
adequate
go all
rest,
the way
so
into
I'm
the
waking
REM
up
sleep.
tired.
Yeah.
So I had to realize, she was
I've heard
like,
about that.
what about your lighting? Is it ambient? Is it turned down? When are you taking your shower? If you take it right, like, you have to time that it's enough hours before you got to go to sleep, because actually showers wake you up.
Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, girl, this is what I had to learn. It was a whole
I be
list.
going to sleep 5 o'clock in the morning.
See, I skipped through all of that and I just light it up.
Okay.
And I just
Damn. See, I don't do. See, that's what.
at Phoenix,
was
then
to
AGX and High Society
You
Relief. If
know
you need to go to sleep, you just come
what?
holler at me.
But then you can't dream.
That is
Yeah,
true.
I need a
That
That is
dream.
true.
I
I do
love my
sacrifice the
dreams.
dream.
love
I
my
do sacrifice
dreams.
dreams because I don't dream.
Yeah.
I do
You need
sacrifice
to
dreams.
level up and get some dreams in your
Get
life.
some
You
dreams.
need to do a
It's time to
balance.
level up. It's time to level up.
You need a dream coach.
Oh, Lord.
Dream coach. I need a dream coach.
I
No,
love
but
that.
I've had all these.
I love that. I love that.
No, I did not know how much I needed a dream coach.
You need a dream-
We all need a dream coach.
You have a dream coach?
No,
No, she
Oh.
said
I
she
want
need
one now.
Oh, she's
The
like-
army pay for that.
No, the army paid for that. Like, man.
The sleep coach, not
The
a dream
sleep coach.
coach.
I have a sleep,
Sleep coach, yeah, not a
You over here
dream.
talking about dreaming. I was like, what dream coach?
Right,
What the
look.
coach?
Wait, are we missing one? She like, I know all the coaches now. Ain't
I got
nobody.
the whole list.
Look.
I was like, how you know it's a dream coach? Wait a minute.
That's what I meant to
About
say.
time to go cuss the recruiter out. You didn't tell me about a dream
Yeah,
coach
bitch,
now.
'cause what the
Man.
fuck?
No, but a sleep coach, yes, it changed my life. It really did.
So you've got CES coming up.
Yes.
That's the biggest stage in tech.
The biggest stage in tech, and I got selected to speak on it. I am like,
Congratulations,
Thank you.
congratulations. So
January, Vegas.
we go and tell the audience, what message do you plan to carry with you into that room, and what does that moment represent for you personally?
you know, I'm gonna be like, Mama, I made it. Okay, you know, okay. Because, like, no, this is like the largest tech like platform across the world.
Right.
And so when I got the email that I'm gonna be speaking, I'm like, wow. But the message is, don't give up. Keep going and listen. And my dad's main complaint about me, or there's two, I'm impatient. I don't always listen. And I really can go back
You
to
don't
him.
say. You know? I feel like a lot of us that are destined for greatness, that is like two
Yeah.
traits that is
No,
just
for real.
just in you.
Once I
Like,
see it, it's tunnel vision.
won't
I
listen
can't.
and no
I-
patience.
Right. And
Everything
so-
else sound like an off path to what the fuck I'm
Yeah.
really trying to get done.
trying
Yeah.
to get done, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes what you realize is it takes you differently than what you expect. So your plan is in God's plan.
Mm.
And I think that's the season
Yeah.
that I've been in. I walked into this year of saying, help me be softer. And oh my gosh, I will never pray for that ever again. I had
Because
so
it isn't
many.
like God turns you soft.
Oh
It's
my
God
goodness.
sends you
See,
the things
all
that you
these-
have to be soft for.
I know.
And you're like,
and I was like, oh no. And same
tell
goes
you,
for patience.
the worst prayer I ever prayed was, God, teach me to have more compassion for my wife. The things I went through that year
Yep.
that taught me compassion.
Yep.
I would never ask that prayer again.
Yeah.
I would take my lessons
No,
with compassion.
for real.